Well, Bayern's 10 goals in the Champions League. So,
So let's move to more the relationship between your professional practice and research and innovation. So this morning it's been so interesting. So research and how you apply it to your real projects on gamification. And also, but please be brief if you can, how we could make this more close interaction between research practitioners and professional practitioners, to integrate all these knowledge transfer.
He's gone down there and he wins a free kick. Coutinho. Well, big tap there by Alaba.
I think it's
Coutinho with a shot.
Topic for
Half a chance Lavin here with the clearance. Brings for Lewandowski.
In the case, it's different.
Feeds Gnabry.
Because I am a researcher. So my work is research.
And after Louis,
so for me,
was previously with Hull City.
Is to use gamification or a tool, of course, to find these findings, to find these opportunities of improvement of the business. Means in my case, in my particular case, I don't use research to apply, but the opposite. I research, I identify to research. So the thing in this table is completely different.
In my opinion, one of the best news of the hype gamification is the research findings. A lot of brilliant people creating and sharing knowledge. What was really the good news. But in this quite quick lifestyle life, unfortunately, we don't share like we like. In my company, for example, of course, we have the culture of innovation in our DNA, and we prototype, we are thinking, we are doing, but I think we don't collaborate like it could be better. It would be nice to do it.
So we need to work on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Pete or Flavio?
I've got a couple of approaches to this. So we're a consultancy, we're a research-led business, but we base it on your research. So whenever I read a paper or watch a talk, I'm always thinking about how can we apply it. So one of my roles I didn't mention is I teach gamification part-time at one of my other universities in the UK. And that's actually also my source of recruits who I join the company. So every year they come in with new theories that they have to research. One of my postgraduate students is now doing a PhD on gamification in the front end of innovation. So there's lots of really interesting stuff going on there. But he talks about that, and then I think, how can I sell that and influence it? The other thing that we do a lot on is run training courses, in-house workshops for companies around the world. And I find that even if it's like 2 or 3 weeks apart, there's something new to add. There's some new trend in games and gamification. We need to include in some aspects of it. We were chatting earlier about esports. And like, for me, gamification is still what really works well in games. Esports steals that really works well. And the other thing is actually it really frustrates me that other people don't stay up to date. That's why I'm a member of Gambit. One thing is to help encourage spread best practices. So the conference I mentioned earlier, it's not an academic conference, it's very much business focused, but I always try and get 20 to 30% of the speakers to be from academic backgrounds to talk about the latest theories. And what I really want is the companies that to adopt these. What I really want is the industry.
No, the English word for that. I did my PhD thesis in going research to different things.
I would call that more business curve. That's the translation. Engineers. In most of the industry sector, there is a gap for innovation transfer. So, why? because companies are concerned on exploitation. They have no time, they have no money, so they came into a sector, they came into a field, they try to exploit as much as they can, and they go forward to other subjects. And another way, we are here, the academic part of the story, trying to innovate, trying to give more arguments about the use of gamification, how gamification can work, and how can. So this is an important factor too, because companies, they usually don't want to talk about they fail on the super success cases that you never will see in basketball. The only of the survivors of the gamification Armageddon is speaking of the failed cases. And I think I'm completely sure that they are a lot of failed cases. Why? Because you need a psychologist behind the numbers, trying to figure out if the behavior changes occur or not. And you need a mathematician, you need a data scientist, you need a lot of people trying to check if these behaviors are happening or not, and if gamification is behind these changes or not. But there is a lot of work to be done, and not so many companies can do that. Under our perspective, we always try to share our data sets with the results of gamification, and we have not any kind of concern of failed cases. For example, a bad mechanic applied in a bad way, and then you have not the effect you thought you want to have. So, but we are an organization specialized in research. So we are not concerned on selling. We are concerned on if something is working or not. But we miss a lot this part. We miss a lot this opportunity to collaborate with more companies trying to do that. And when we are working with companies, they are happy to have our designs to be applied on a gamified project, but not the stats, the KPIs, and the ROEs behind the fact of implementing this gamification. So most of them, gamification projects are short-term projects, unfortunately. And that's a gap for the gamification methodology itself, because we have never evolution on the fact of implementing mechanics, etc., and every people is feeling their mouth. Everything works like idiom translated literally into English, but they are talking all the time with intrinsic motivation. But you have no time to implement intrinsic motivation if you have a one-way gamified project. So you need a bunch of people behind the numbers. You don't know what's happening, and then you have the capability to transfer the innovation to go forward into the methodology and making this methodology more mature in terms of medium and long-term gamification. Great.
Anything else? Yes.
Yes. So my take on it is obviously this is my first time in an actual academic conference. I'm more on the business side, going to King's Conferences, which really interesting speakers there. It does crop up the idea that we are maybe basing it not so much on the science, but on more like the emotional or workflow design. I think is the best. So I think what's really interesting is creating these kind of spaces where discussion is with different panels can be seen by people who are specialists in their areas, and also making or either mixing them up or having this multidisciplinary team. So I mean, any designer probably will agree with me that you need multidisciplinary people in your design team, and having this mix as maximum as you can have is always a benefit, and if there's maybe more of a grounding academic, it can allow to generate the data you manipulate, analyze it. So yeah, I invite everybody to try and touch up with anybody or a gamification designer and put your in and or maybe get you. So yeah, create that space and really push that forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. We have 20 minutes left, so I have just one question from my side, and then we're going to the questions of the audience and questions from the internet that we have some. Okay. My last question is, please be brief. This is one easy question. Okay. How we always hear about gamification as a technology. I don't know if you have heard that, but it happens to me a lot. So, how do you use technology in your gamification strategy? It's always there, or not? It's always there, or not?
Yes, we use the word technology, but we think that the heart is technology, that is stick is technology. Of course, if we work about video games, virtual games, something like this is crucial nowadays because it's the universe of communication, relation, it's the way that we communicate with each other. Then when we have a project, we have to think how is the best way to play with this. Then we decide if it's through the mobile device, through Instagram, or through a board game. Because for us, technology is all of this group of tools, technical resources for us. You are talking about virtual games or something like this, we have to use it, of course.
Okay, so there's a difference between technology and digital. Okay. Technology.
I'd add to that. When we're talking about it, we often talk about it as digital and analog. But I always ask one question, which is where is the player when you want them to change their behaviour? And that is the so with the water company, they were thinking about a game, an app to get people to use less water in the shower. I was like, well, that's not going to be any good for your phone. So let's do something different.
So I think like from the technological side, I'm really interested on the artificial intelligence, of how we could maybe combine artificial intelligence with onboarding humans and see how that can maybe combine. So it's just something that from the first week I saw this morning, how you could maybe potentiate that in that dichotomy. But I also think that from my side, we're going to the analog space where it's more human, more interaction, not so much screen. It's also a very interesting space for like creative ideas to crop up. And yeah, I think we cannot forget one side. Finding that balance, I think is where it's going to be very interesting. Not one side or the other, but yeah, finding that balance.
I'm going to answer that. I know you said be quick, but the question is what type of game will be most effective? And quite often I think it's one that's in person with other with analog going on and most effective changing someone's behaviour. So we default to digital sometimes because it's good to scale. But actually what's more effective?
I go from that. So for example, the idea of like live role playing or doing activities like that it opens so many possibilities that you cannot really model that into an actual software, and just the interactions you can find from that it's more qualitative obviously approach, but it's much more enriching able to find solutions or underlying activities or cultures. I think it's a space for exploration.
I am completely agree with my colleagues. It means I would say the same, more or less. The only thing I want to add is technology is very nice, very useful when you are in research because you can manage a lot of data in an easy way. It's not technology is very important, not to gamify, not to apply gamification or not to play, but to have this data and to manage all this data. So in this case, technology I think is not crucial, it's not compulsory, it's very, very useful.
in a case, using this kind of reverse gamification, that means getting all the data from the video games to interpret what is happening. So we are not setting any kind of a scenario or gamified scenario, but only taking all the data to know what's happening in the mind, and it's happening things, a lot of things when we play games, like prefrontal cortex development, gray matter, some areas of the brain, etc. And there's a couple of months playing games. When we set a scenario to make people playing such a games to know what's happening, we realize that this business, in this generation, I think, still is necessary to have this human touch. So people joining other people to play together, explaining what's happening. So we think this human factor is compulsory in this case, but the important thing right now, according to all these rules like Harari, etc., we're interlinked, so we are getting as much data as possible, and data is saying things, it is telling things to us that they never simply could imagine about. So it's very important to don't lose this digital part, at least in our case, where we're working with video games or happening in our brains like them. But my recommendation, if you want to set a gamified scenario, play a lot in another way. So why? Because you are collecting a lot of game mechanics, and you can change these game mechanics very easily. And then if you want to translate into a digital space, you have been testing these and other mechanics before. So it's easier for you to translate from the analog to the digital. And I know so many cases, maybe too many of them, of people who started working with digital, and then they collapsed because they never tested their game mechanics before. So I recommend you to prototype in the analog way, in the analog world, or the world of atoms, and then move it into the world of bits.
Play games like Fabio said, and playing your life, training your playful attitude. I mean, play is about knowing our possibilities and our limits. It's about the acceptance of the mistakes as part of the learning. Play is about to admire beauty, like when you, I don't know, la pelota, when you, I don't know what's the word, when you look something that is really pretty, and when you are playing, I mean, play is about embrace uncertainty. When you play, you do all of these things, and then play games and play in your life. Because this is the way that you can create scenarios or something to motivate or train or get ready to play.
Awesome. Thank you. So let's go for the questions of the audience. We're going to start here, and we will make one question from here and one question from the internet. Okay? One question from here. We have a couple of them. So there's a question right there. Yes. Please refer who you are asking to, or if it's a general question, just refer who you are asking to.
This is a question for whoever wants to take it. My name is Penny Sweetser from Australian National University. So I think gamification is often used, as you say, to motivate people to get them to do something that they might not usually do, that they might not want to do, and potentially that might not be in their best interests. If you're getting to do something in terms of spending more money or changing behavior or complying with an organization. So what I wanted to know is how you consider and how you apply ethics in what you do.
Who's answering? Please, can we try to give one or two answers? Because we have a lot of questions. So
Our purpose in life, like company, is to get people happier. company come to tell us we are going to apply gamification to control people, to make people do this, but we are going to tell that because we say no. And this has made that we celebrate our 25th birthday next year.
Esther is a very lucky woman. I can't choose the companies I work with. So sometimes you find people don't like to play games. Sometimes you find people that don't believe in you or your method. So it's hard. But at the beginning, but believe me, there are just few moments with failure. Normally, the start of the session could be with hard or with a lot of tension and so on. But people, when they understand, when they find that your game is not just a game, but they is useful for their objectives, for their necessities, they finally start to play, and then they change their mind. So it's hard, it's very hard, but it's worth it.
There's an article in our website from the press. The title is Gamification versus Meritocracy. So you will see all the ethics.
I think there's a different approach to one we take, which is, I think gamification only works in the long term, so if you want long-term behavior change, if it's a benefit to the person. So I think back to games with loss aversion techniques like farming. People enjoy them at the time, and then over time they have a very negative association with it. So when I talk about marketing campaigns and loyalty campaigns, they do not want their brand associated with those negative things, so they have to design for long-term benefit of their content.
Great.
Another lucky man.
So, to my understanding of this, we are, as designers, we are aware of like the positive and negative actions that we can promote on our users or players, as we like to call. I consider gamification is more like a tool. So, it's a knife, for example, a tool. Is it a bad thing or a good thing? It depends on how you use it. So, I think the designer has more responsibility. There are online website where as a designer you can just sign up free to become you promote those values. So a negative, really negative design, for example, Sesame Credits in China, where they use gamification mechanics to fudge for their agenda. So I think it's more a tool issue. It's a tool. It's not gamification. It's good or bad. It's a tool. And yeah, the design is more valuable. So anybody who wants to design that should have an understanding of what they're trying to promote, and the designer should be able to communicate that.
And long term is the perfect thing. It's all of us desire. But sometimes I have 2 hours to impress a CEO. In my life, 2 hours. And it has to work. Sometimes not. And in general,
Okay, so let's go for people asking the experts from the outside. Asking the experts. Okay, there's a question about ethical stuff, but we didn't talk about it. So there's another from James Caruso. How can communities leverage gamification to accomplish shared goals and help members build social capital?
That needs a budget. That's a consultant.
In a few words.
In a few words, the problem is innovation as I said as a wonderful thing. But innovation is very boring. The technique as well as the technique of innovation are elastic.
That's your kind of player profile.
No, and then the
Innovating is so exciting.
yeah.
It's amazing. It's the best part of my life.
No, yes. I try to transform the boring innovation technique in nice innovation technique.
I love to be in the cave.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking for that. Go.
Yeah, quick.
Very quick.
Yeah.
I think one of the key things in that community is to build game mechanics that help people value the other people or value their opinions or something about them. However you go about that, I don't mind. But that's the only way to go about that.
Okay. More questions from here? Another question? More questions from here? No? Okay, so we'll go to hashtag again. This is a question for Pete. Gamification is about distilling the best parts of what works in games. Jenkins. But how do we know we are stealing the right things? What's the material? How do we know we are stealing the right things?
Have we always seen the right things?
Yeah.
That's why I came to the conference. to make sure of that. Obviously we have to test it, but I think what's great about games is just how much data there is that we can use to just see what's really working. And I think the only difference is the context. By adding gamification in a real world context to behavior change, that does add a different dynamic. So something that works well in games may well not work in the real world. So I go into gamification through customer relationship management, database management systems, make it complicated. And the thing I thought would work really well was the social mechanics, social gaming, get people to collaborate. And in all the implementations, that's the bit that hasn't worked for sale. So it does not translate directly. When we found that fantastic.
Okay, thank you. There's more questions here? Nobody? More questions here? Come on, don't be shy. You can use the hashtag also, if you're shy. Okay, so there's a question from Kevin. Okay, Kevin. How do you decide to take the academic work you've done and choose to apply it to your professional work?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes, of course. How do you decide to take the academic work you have done or seen and decide to apply and choose to apply it to your professional work? How do you do it? What's your methodology? Good to say, okay, this is coming from research, or
Trying to make a prototype and then testing this prototype and then release it. It's a safety way.
So testing,
Yeah,
the first test, and then
like a prototype and maybe first test most close to the real scenario.
Okay. More questions? Around? No? There's no question from...
Can I just answer that?
Sure.
We try and grow obviously from scientific knowledge, backgrounds, but I think we're more like, let's try it and test it and fail it so quickly as possible and see if it actually works in the environment we're trying to achieve. Yeah, the trial and error method.
Okay. So the last one. How can gamification be used to discourage toxic behavior in a social gaming context?
In 1 minute.
Who is going to?
Looking the good behavior. I mean, if you look the bad behaviors, you have to change your look, and gamification can work very, in a very, very interesting way in the good behaviors.
Okay, thank you.
I think you should also, if possible, remove anonymity. So, if possible, because people hide behind that. And role play is a different type of person.
And usually toxic behaviors always have been condemned, or you have to pay a penalty when you, for example, go faster than you usually have to go to the city, etc. So I think we have to promote the good behaviors. So maybe when you improve the good behaviors, you are fighting the best way you can do against the bad ones. So that's why I am looking for DGT, why I live traffic or trying to recompensar, to reward people who are doing things well, way.
Okay, can I just try
Sure.
next one? Sure. So it's a difficult question because I think it's first you need to explore what you actually mean by all that sentence. And so my initial idea would be to try and define what an archetype would be of that figure, to be able to everybody build that archetype of what we're actually trying to mean. So everybody's going to be more on the same common page of the solution. So it's more like collaborative work to be able to define something. It's not so much the designer will be promoting the idea of everybody trying to collate the ideas. And yeah, so as a designer, we like to be able to have a clear idea of what we're aiming for, who's our archetype or persona, so it helps in that process. So if everybody allows it to be able to define, it'd be much more easier. It's not like, oh, we have the answers for everything. We don't. We just have a much more wider plethora of ideas of how to tackle problems.
Okay, we have just 1 minute left. I want to ask you the last question. Okay, in 3, 4, 5 words, if possible, what's the future of gamification?
Research. With the research, less intuition, less love for games, and more research.
Okay, thanks.
I think people need to look the other people's eyes. We need the other people's eyes for each other, and it's super powerful.
Awesome.
I got a particular industry type, which is marketing, and there the trend is to build experiences that create stories. So we have a story of our experience with the brand, because people now buy stories, not items. And that's so anything that will build those experiences, I think, gamification is really good for them.
Depends on what you want to mean when you're talking on gamification, because for us gamification is the role of games into the particular society. So you have to look into the games, analog and digital ones, and you will see the future of gamification, because they are influence into us always.
So I'd like to build to. So for me, the future of gamification, I think it's going to be a global thing. Obviously, we're a global association, and I can see a global thing in India, in South America, even in China probably also. So I think it's a global thing that's going to start to grow everywhere. Maybe we could take advantage of the steps that we've already learned from, the things that work and the things that we know that don't work, and help those developing markets evolve also. And from what people are saying, I think the idea of the story, of the narrative, is something that's going to become each time more and more important. Like the narrative is something that we're storytellers as a species, we like to tell stories, and I think it's very important that we can transmit that through our solutions.
Okay, so Stan, thank you very much, guys, for being here and answering questions from me and everyone around the world. And you guys, thanks for attending, and I hope you take a little bit of more learning about gamification and more knowledge about them. Thank you.
and interesting reading activities to keep like also the panel members. All right, give me 1 second to use my laptop and then we're going to continue. 1 second. Yeah.